welcome, and thank you for joining or for your curiosity about creative abundance. My name is Christina Santiago, and I'm from Exist Brightly. I am a certified yoga teacher and a wellness and empowerment figure in the Monterey Bay community. I really thank you for taking the time out to inquire or to be here today with me. I wanted to share with you the breakdown for creative abundance. It's a 4-week web immersion, and each week is set up with a different yoga practice with different roots in each yoga practice. So week 1, for instance, is visioning, identifying, and seeding. We're going to talk about what we want. What does it look like to live a rich day, right? How does it feel to be rich, inside and outside? So we're going to do some visioning. We're going to identify a couple things that are maybe holding us back. What are some of our own self-imposed boundaries? And why do we let them kind of run our lives in that sense? So once we vision and identify, we're going to start seeding into that space of wellness and wealth. That's a huge part of this 4-week immersion. Wealth and wellness. How are they balanced? How does it feel to show up every day in your life feeling well, whole, healthy, wealthy? How does that feel to feel abundant in health and wealth? Week 2, we're moving through rooting and clarity. And also, how do we put a little effort? How can we show up more vivaciously in our own lives to really nourish those seeds that we're planting? Week 3, we're moving into cultivating, again, working with that week 1 seed, cultivating around it, nourishing that feeling of wealth and wellness, that balance. And we're also going to start weeding out things in our life, really letting go. What are a couple things that we can let go of? It might show up in our actual house. It might be a stack of old books that we no longer access or need, or old clothes. So moving stuff out, weeding out items or people that no longer serve us, and finding better balance in our everyday life. Week 4, we're going to be really opening to receiving abundance, blooming, kind of really bringing all the other week's practices into not just our bodies, but also into our life essence. How can we live life abundantly? How does it feel to be fully bloomed and empowered? Each week, we're going to have a live webinar with me. And there's also 2 coaching calls, one at the beginning of our work together and one at the end. So really, we're gonna have, it's a whole encompassed personal and group effort to seed and nourish this wealth and wellness entity in our own lives. So important that those 2 things are in balance. I have some fun additions to the 4-week program, maybe a couple giveaways here and there, because it's all about receiving and opening, because these self-imposed boundaries that we put on ourselves are really the only things holding us back from creating, whether that's through manifesting or working or whatever your belief structure is around that, creating the life that you want to live. It's so important to me to uplift everyone into a space where we know that we're responsible for how we feel every day. So if you want to be living in a beautiful house in the Monterey Bay, and you want to be walking your dogs on the beach every day, or you want to be having someone to support you with a meal plan, or being able to hire a coach, or being able to support your own business, maybe you're a yoga teacher, you want to grow your yoga business. This is going to be a really valuable workshop in the sense that we're going to really look at what your money story is in addition to what it is that you want. So what is holding you back? And then moving in the body. So I've created a yoga practice for every single week, and you'll have access to that video. I'll let it out to you at the beginning of the week after our webinars, which will probably be on Saturday mornings. So you'll probably receive the yoga practice, journaling prompts, and the weekly yoga on Sunday or Monday. I invite you to access that yoga at least 3 times a week. We're going to start small. The first practice is right around 15 to 20 minutes. Second practice kind of lands right on the 20-25 minute mark. And third practice will be 30-35 minutes. And the final practice will be about an hour. I've also included in a restorative practice for you to really unwind after the day, because all of this is bumping up your energy level. Taking adequate time for yourself is basically the highest honor that you can pay yourself. you're telling not only yourself but the entire universe that you're worth it. You're worth taking an extra day off of work, or maybe taking more value added nutrition out of the food that you're eating. So spending a little more time nourishing yourself. So again, I really appreciate you inquiring and or joining me for this program. It's going to be such a big shift in perspective, and I invite our coaching calls to be as supportive or as full of inquiry as you'd like them to be. I really want you to feel wholly supported in this entire process. You'll have unlimited email support, a support call in the beginning of the month as well as the end of the month, weekly yoga practices, weekly meditations, live webinars. So thanks again for inquiring about the Creative Abundance. I really look forward to you joining me. Once again, the program is 4 weeks of yoga, journaling, support, and I've broken up each week by different themes. So like I said earlier, week 1, visioning, identifying, seeding. Week 2, rooting, clarity, and a little bit of work or effort. Week 3, cultivating, weeding out things that no longer serve us, and finding balance. Week 4, opening to receiving, blooming, and feeling abundant. So thanks again, and I totally invite you to ask me any questions that you might have. Please reach out to me at existbrightly@gmail.com. I look forward to meeting you, chatting with you, and supporting you in any way I can. So thanks so much for shining your heart, and may you live in wealth and wellness. Namaste.